Hello, thank you for coming back to my kitchen again. Today I'm going to be making an avocado roasted red pepper and hummus sandwich. So for this we're going to need an avocado, a pepper, both of these I've washed. I've got a tub of hummus, it's not homemade today, sorry about that, and some good olive oil and salt and pepper. So we're going to need to put our oven on to start with because we need to roast the pepper to start. And today my oven's going on 190 degrees Celsius, that's 200 if you haven't got a fan, or if you're Fahrenheit, that's 400. So to begin, we need to chop the pepper up. So I just take the top part, this part of the pepper out, and that will take all the middle seeds out at the same time. So this sandwich, I normally have it as a meal, of an evening meal, like a dinner, but you could have it as a lunchtime sandwich. I would probably only do it as a lunchtime sandwich if I was having a guest. So that's the middle, that's all the seeds. We can get rid of those. Chop it in half. And each half I chop into 3 pieces. And then just scrape out all this white and the seeds. So now you should have 6 pieces. That would be 3 pieces per sandwich. And each piece I just cut up into 3 again. And just pop them into a heat-proof dish. So they're quite chunky pieces. There. So to the pepper I'm going to add a good old dose of olive oil. Salt, and you need to add a lot of salt. A lot of the salt will just go into the oil. This is all the seasoning I'm putting in the whole sandwiches, and lots of black pepper. And then I just give that a mix to make sure all the pepper's all coated with all that lovely olive oil, the salt and the pepper. And we'll put this in the oven to roast for about 25 minutes to half an hour. You want some of your peppers tinged with black just on the edges, and then they'll taste so sweet. And a couple of times during cooking, I do get the peppers out the oven just to give them a good little stir around in the oil. Just get them recoated with oil and the salt and pepper. When the red peppers have got about 5 minutes left of cooking, we need to chop up our avocado. So I start by just chopping this in half. There. And what I do to get the stone out is I just push my knife in like that. Oh, that came out super easy, but sometimes it takes a flick. But that came out super easy today. And I just cut this end piece off. So the 2 ends. And obviously, because I'm making 2 sandwiches, it'll be half an avocado per sandwich. And I just peel off their coats. And luckily, the avocado is just about hard enough to slice. If it was too squishy to slice, I would just put it in a bowl and mash it all up. And no matter how hard you squeeze an avocado in the supermarket, you never quite know what's going to happen until you peel them. So these are just about firm enough to slice. There. But as I say, if they weren't firm enough, I would just put them all in a bowl and give them a mash. There. My red peppers now just have about 2 minutes left for their roasting, so I'm going to toast my bread and get everything ready for assembling the sandwich. So here we have our bread toasted, our sliced avocado and our hummus all ready to assemble the sandwich, and I'll just get the red pepper out of the oven. See, it's just all lovely tinged on the edges. I'm just going to spread both sides of the bread with hummus, and you need to be generous with this. You also need to be careful how you eat it because it does all squish out the sides. Onto this, we just put the avocado just on one side of the sandwich. And if you had a soft avocado and had to mash it in a bowl, just put it on as mashed. That won't matter. It'll taste exactly the same. I've done it both ways. As I say, you can never tell with an avocado how it's going to turn out. And the pepper we just put on the top. I always use a spoon to put the pepper on because that way you get a little bit of the oil in with it, and this oil has got all the salt and pepper on, giving it that lovely flavour. And olive oil is very good for you. And this is why I cut it up into the number of pieces that I said in the beginning, because it's just three across and 3 down. But you don't have to be that precise, that's just what I like to do. And then I know it all just fits. And then I just get the, if you can see this, I'll bring it closer. I hope you can see this. I just go down in the oil and get the salt and pepper out, not too much oil, and just dribble a little bit of that over because that gives a lovely flavour, because you've got all the flavour of the red pepper in this oil too. There, now we just put the lids on each sandwich and cut them in half. There, look at that, delicious. You really do need to serve these sandwiches straight away while the peppers are still hot out of the oven. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and I will see you again next week.